Hello, guys. Good morning, all of you. And it's my pleasure and Chinta's pleasure to have Debarghya and Shantanu over here. So today I will wait for the students to join the meeting and the live and discuss with them how they prepared for IIT JAM MS. We have a wide range of questions that we are planning to answer with them, and let's see. So I will wait for 2 more minutes and I will introduce Debarghya and just talk to them normally before we go on and move ahead to more depth questions that students have burning desire to know the answers to. I think also Devargo and Shantanu, I think the students are having their colleges right now, I guess. So maybe there'll be less number of students who will be joining right now, but I hope they will be joining in the watching the recording. So I'll wait for 1 or 2 more minutes. So I will just ask casually, like Devargo and Shantanu, like what's your? So I will go in the alphabetical order. First, I will ask Devargo and then Shantanu. Okay, otherwise it will create a chaos. So Devargo and Shantanu, like, what are your, why statistics? Why not something, or why probability? Like, what is your passion behind that?
No, no, a- when I took the statistics, I don't want to take statistics for the first time because actually I want to study the mathematics,
Okay,
but
great,
actually one of my friend he studied at Narendra College, and he took statistics actually, and then suggest me uh, to take the statistics.
great.
That
And you
I
took statistics.
there is a one eco.
Okay, okay. I will just mute myself.
Yeah. Uh,
Yeah, please go ahead, Devargo.
no, I 1 second. I think
Sure. So while Devargo adjusts his uh, earphone, I
hello.
think Shantanu. Yeah, it's better now. Yeah. Do you find Nico now, Devargo?
1 second.
Sure, Shantanu, you can continue with your why statistics and why do you plan to take up that?
Yeah, actually, I was an engineering aspirant in two sense. In 11,
Okay.
12, I prepared for JE, but somehow I didn't did perform as such any good performance or any good rank. So I was not able to join any good NIT or IIT. So I decided to study maths because I don't want to study engineering from any colleges. Like I am not mentioning the name as such any colleges. I too thought of studying mathematics. But in my class 12, I had the subject statistics, but I have not studied well because I was focused on engineering preparation. But our school Vidyalaya institution, the heads and HMs, they asked me to pursue statistics because they asked the scopes are better in statistics. You may go for that, and for that I just came to study statistics. But I after studying in BSc level, I got some amusement in the subject and I enjoyed to study, and it went like that.
Great, superb, superb. So, yeah. So you planning to pursue a job or a research? What's your plan, or not yet decided? So what's your plan ahead, Shantanu?
Actually, I had not decided. I had given gate this time also, but
Okay, great.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
had
think you ranked third, right?
no second two.
Second, second. I'm so sorry.
Yes,
Yeah.
second. Uh, so this time, as I had the gate score, I think it is 3 years valid. So if I wish to pursue PhD, then I might get opportunity after 3 years. I'm not sure that it will be allowed or not, but I think I would have.
Sure,
Uh,
sure, sure. I think you can
Otherwise,
use. Yeah, please go ahead.
yeah. Otherwise, wherever I join, I've opted for IIT Bombay. Not yet counseling had been completed. If I get a chance over there, I might take placement. Also, that depends how I am getting
Sure.
placed
So
in
it's not
different.
decided yet. I mean,
Yeah.
good enough. But yeah, great. So you have both the options open. So Devargo, coming back to Devargo. So everything is clear now.
Yeah. So actually, yeah actually I want to take mathematics, but when my friends suggested to take the
Devargo,
statistics,
So I think there's an echo. Do you have the YouTube video open? I think you can close it. The
But
entire YouTube.
I leave and join.
Sure. So okay, so let's continue with the discussion. So coming back to those your future aspiring for research, I think uh, there's a data science group in IIC Bangalore and IISR Kolkata also, the statistics group, and IIT Bombay. They have a really and IIT Kanpur. I forgot their name. So these are very good places to pursue the research in the future in statistics. Actually. Okay. So coming back to the questions I have for you guys, I will wait for the Debargo to join. Yeah, actually, yes. So Abhishek has told, like, yeah, of course, they have the courage. So courage is what they are willing to take the risks in life. Great. So, okay, so coming back to your exam perspective, um, like, how did you start preparing and like, what was it like? When did you start preparing, to be honest?
Actually, that was not any fixed time because what I used to do is after I completed first semester, sem one, I have semester gap, sem one and sem two the gap. I used to solve the problems of previous years of those topics which I had covered in first semester. Okay,
Very good.
like that after second semester, I used to do those problems from the previous years which I have completed in the second semester in this gap of two and three. Like that, it continued till the gap of semester two and three, and after semester 3 I started to prepare problems because at that time around 60% syllabus was completed after semester 3, and in the midst of semester 4 40% was left. So there are huge number of problems were available to solve. I on From that time onwards I started to solve around 20-30 problems or 15 problems at least per day, and I started making micro notes of each topics
Great.
during that the topics I had covered. And in from semester 5 onwards, I was a bit punctual, more punctual rather. I used to solve around because on the exam day I had to solve 50 to 60 problems, right? So I should at least have a habit of solving 30 to 40 problems daily. In the as if it is my habit, like eating, sleeping, like that. I have to solve problems because I have to do that on the exam day. Like, so I used to solve around 30 to 40 problems daily during from fifth semester. I had done that.
Very good.
It was
So it
and
has become a part of your blood, like uh, during the
yeah, yeah,
last semester, I guess.
yeah.
Great, super, super. So I will come back to that more, Shantanu. I will go to Debargo, and he's.
Hello.
I hope he's hi.
Am I audible, Radha?
Yeah, yeah, better, better, much better. Please go
Okay,
ahead.
okay.
Why statistics and yeah, please go
Yeah.
ahead.
So actually, after giving the HS exam, when the result was out, I was quite motivated to study mathematics and applying all Kolkata's college and the Midnapur college for mathematics. But I got mathematics. But when one of my friend in school, he suggests to study statistics because of great future, and he said there is a great opportunities for job and other sections for statistics. Then after seeing all the scenario and discussing with our school teachers and others thing, I think to study statistics and then join in Midnapur College statistics. And after that, I love with that subject too much.
Very
And
good.
this is yeah.
So I'm not sure about the syllabus of the colleges. What's like, when did you start learning probabilities? Because mathematics and probability have a very distinct flavor of approach, right? They say
Yeah.
one is a deductive style and another is an inductive style. So, well, like, I should not say probability, but statistics. So, when did you see the difference and how did you perceive it? Can you
Yeah,
share your?
I realized from it after the second year when I not the second year, second sem. Actually, in the first sem, we have descriptive statistics and mathematics, calculus, and then when I go to the second sem, then one paper was probability distribution. Then I see that's a totally different, which I studied in the HS in mathematics. There is something of probability. That's more thing classical probability, and then I see the probability distribution, and it is more interesting. Like in mathematics, I have general elective in mathematics, and I see the statistics more in probability, especially in probability. It is more interesting than mathematics to me. Then I got really love with that subject, and then in the third sem there is sampling distribution that is more interesting, and this process I fell love with this subject.
Super. So great, super. So like you're planning to pursue a future in research or like apply your skills to the market and job. What's your
No,
goal?
I think I to do research in future
Very good.
in the.
Super. Very good. Yeah. Great. Good to hear that, guys. And I have asked Shantanu about when did he start preparing and how what was his basic core plan and what's yours, Debargo? What your basic core plan like to for like to start your IIT JAM MS preparation or
Yeah,
ISI for that?
so actually, the thinking process will start in the second semester, in the starting of the second semester, and I know about the JAM and ISI examination. ISI examination I was known about. I give the BSTET examination before, because but there is JAM I know in the second semester, and then I started preparing for particularly JAM and ISI in third sem, and the first of the third sem. Actually, then I do not solve any questions or any previous year questions or other thing, but I mainly focus on to clearing my main concepts. Actually, those I see actually the syllabus and go to the syllabus, and in third semester there was real analysis, and second semester we have linear algebra. Those are most important thing to forward in the statistics. So I clear my concept first. Then in after fourth semester, when the estimate all the estimation and hypothesis papers are there or all completed, then I start to solve the previous year problems. That was like in I think uh, December or November 2020, October 2020. So because it's my second attempt, Sujita. So my first attempt was
I
in
will come more to that. Okay, I will come more to that because people get demotivated when they don't get the first time. So it's good to have your nerves and go straight ahead and for fight like you're in a war and win it. So yeah, I will come to that more. Please continue.
yeah. So then I go to the previous year and try to solve those things before January, and then December 2020 I almost completed all the previous year of JAM, not the ISI, and then in January I do some PSA problems of ISI, and that's the thing, and give the JAM 2021 first, and that's my first attempt, and my result was not too good. I get all India rank 71, Sajida knows, and quite demotivating for me, because if I get 1 or 2 marks then I can surely get the IIT. Then actually then the COVID was there, so ISI is not conducting on the same time, that is in May, usually in May. So it was in July, so I get a long time for studying the so for preparing the ISI. And yeah, I solved all PSB problems, and I think that that increased my concept that mm, that the thing. So then give the ISI exam, and it was quite good, and get a good all India rank 29. But unfortunately they took up to 24 and I don't get. But I was quite motivating that I could crack JAM and ISI in the next year, because I give motivate from the ISI examination. So then the main preparation was start, and in the meantime I get chance in the NIT Meghalaya mathematics by the rank of the JAM in CCM and counseling. So then I have to maintain the MSc studies, MSc mathematics studies towards the JAM studies and JAM ISS studies. So actually our coursework is on online. So I maintain both. Actually all the previous years of JAM and ISI then I completed. actually almost completed. Then I think to solve more tougher than jam problems, because in 2021 I felt the question was to a different to the 2020. So then try to solve CSR net problems 2015 to 2020, and then Hyderabad University MSc questions. There are good probability and inference question, and the presidency and the Pune University. There are some problems, relevant problems, and then some of my friends suggest to give gate also, because the gate statistics problems are quite relevant to the jam, and some of my friends also get good rank in the gate also, because they give the eligibility into the BSc third year. So yeah, then I took preparation for jam, not taking preparation for gate, but I try to solve as many as I can solve the MCQ problems, and mainly focusing to maintain my accuracy, because uh, I think I cannot get jam 2021 because of my accuracy. I do many silly mistakes, and I cannot manage my time in those 3 hours. So that's the main thing. And then I contact to the Srijitda and suggest to me to give more mock test also, because I cannot give all mock test in for jam 2021. So then I took as many as I can the mock test. So not only Chinta, but also there are many institutions they take the mock test. So I took all the mock tests as many as I can. Then before 2000, before December 2021, I completed all those. I think I said. So these things I completed. So mainly CSR net problems, MSQ problems are very important. So because MSQ problems are very good in CSR net problems. So these things, and gate MA and gate ST relevant problems for jam I solved. Then January 2021 I almost do nothing new, because that's my main mistake. Before jam 2021 I took many new problems and many new things, and that uh, drain my focus, and give can drain my confidence also, because new things sometimes we cannot get to solve, and then we are demotivating also. So this is my strategy. And before 2 weeks of jam I completely offline. Sujita also knows. And yeah, so jam 2021 then I give, and it was quite expecting, and it's good. That's the whole thing.
Great, super. So I am sure that people out here must be motivated because we have, people like Shantanu who has done it the first time, but there are many also people who are really hoping to do good, but due to some errors or some silly mistakes, they have not been able to go through it. I'm sure like both Shantanu and Devargo we are inspiring them like to not you know take a step back and get away from the field. So that's great. So I will come to that more. That's a really detailed plan of approach. Shanta, you want to add more like more to your depth preparation to it? I will ask more questions though. So yeah, any other things you want to add, like your date preparation? Like, Debargo's approach was different. Like he started a bit late and he did start from the third semester, but Shantanu's approach is also a different type of approach. It's good for the people who are from statistics background, I guess, because they can do the preparation of JAM and with their honors course, I guess. So that's a really optimized approach to learning. But there are many people also like who are from a different background and trying to prepare for the same. So uh, the various paths out there, I think they should select their own path. Anything you want to add, guys? Shantanu and Devargo, like Devargo has told his story in details. Anything you want to add, Shantanu? Or I will move on to the next question.
Yeah, almost the procedures are same. What Debargoda has told or explained, like that. One thing that I would like to say during my preparation, one thing that helped me was error analysis. It is a very important part because we have a pattern of our mistakes. I have a
What
pattern of
analysis?
error analysis,
Error analysis.
error.
Okay.
Yeah, because I have a particular pattern of my mistake. maybe someone have a particular, because we do same type of mistakes in exam. I mean, if we give 10 exams, then we can observe that a particular group of mistakes we do repeatedly. So after the mock test, or that if we can note the errors in a particular, in this mock test I have give these errors, maybe conceptual, maybe silly mistakes. There are many silly mistakes which I have observed that there are 5 to 6 types of things that I used to do regularly. I used to regularly mistake in
Can you
exams.
share? Can you share some of them so that students can
Yeah,
connect to
yeah,
you maybe?
yeah. I will share, because, for example, if we are asked to compute variance of ax plus by, I used to write variance a square variance of x plus b square variance of y plus ab covariance xy, not 2ab. I used to miss that too. Okay, that was a particular mistake, and I used to do wrong in computation of determinants. It was my fault. I used to do. So I have observed like this around, not 5 6, more than that. Eventually, after giving exams, I have observed there are different types of silly mistakes that I used to do. But on practicing and observing them, there was a time when I used to reach those type of problems in the paper. I was a bit conscious, or I used to check twice, like that, and so that I might not do the silly mistakes of those, because that helped me. Error analysis was, because identifying the pattern of self mistakes is a very important part of competitive exam work, I would say.
Yeah, I should say that's a very important part of life too. You should know what you don't know. You should know what are your weak points, that you can build upon them and be a better person for the future. So that's great. So yeah, so they're kind of like, I really like these two approaches of like both the approaches combined. It really looks like a great plan. I will move on to the next questions though. Um, so also the audience, if you have some questions, please do ask in the comments. We will, so that your time is not wasted and we can ask them and get back to them towards the end or anytime it's relevant. So the next thing that I should ask, because um, I personally believe that joining a coaching is not a good idea always, because it takes away a bit of personal preparation time, because you have college and all this stuff. So to help the students who are really not, but of course, like teachers can help you show the path if you're a bit confused. So of course, then the coaching helps. But for students who are aspiring, and also for students who are also taking help of their teachers, so the books out there, the online videos, we have already given a list of them in our website, the free resources. I will show it to them. But what do you think, Shantanu and Debargo? Like, what are the books you have like studied and which really have helped you? So not only don't tell the books just for your preparation, also tell the books that actually you loved learning, because without the enjoyment and tinge of learning, you cannot really fall in love with the subject. And yeah, so in Chinta we don't preach like just like cracking the exam without falling in love with the subject. So yeah, what are the books that really are close to your heart? Can you share a few of them, please? Devargo, please, and then Shantanu in the alphabetical order.
So actually, for the books, I mainly do the Sheldon Ross book for probability problem
Okay, okay.
solving.
Let me ask very specific question. What did you do for real analysis? Which book did you do for real analysis?
Bartley Sabbath.
Bartley Sherwood. Okay. And then linear algebra,
SK Mappa.
SK Mappa. For probability.
Probability for concept clearing, I should suggest Sally Rohatgi. And for problem solving, Sheldon Ross.
Okay, great. And for statistical inference,
Castle Overture.
Castle Porter. So did I miss anything?
No, one book's also there, which is useful for ISI, I think. Srivastav, hypothesis.
Okay,
Monos
okay,
Srivastav.
great. And Shantanu, what's like? What did you do for real analysis?
Actually, in true sense, I didn't follow any books. I used to
Okay,
study the materials taught in my colleges, or like,
okay,
and I used to solve problems.
okay,
For
great.
any
So
concepts required, I used to go for
okay, okay. So you just followed the notes and the things that are taught in the, yeah.
yeah.
You used to follow notes and things, materials taught in the classes or tuition wherever you have taken. Great. So superb. So So any problem-solving book except the past years you will suggest the students, Shantanu?
Actually, not. I used to. I didn't follow any book, but I used to solve the papers like mathematics, MA, JAM mathematics questions papers. There were certain questions of mathematics I used to solve.
Okay,
TIFR, there are certain questions of mathematics that I used to solve. And what helped was ISS paper one and paper two. Those were solvable during the
great,
preparation
great,
of JAM.
super.
I used to solve
So
those problems.
we have got a really great, vast set of questions and past year, like which are really available. Shantanu told ISS, other mathematics exam for real analysis and linear algebra, and Debargo also told about the presidency, not St. Xavier's, I guess. St. Xavier's doesn't have a master's entrance, right?
No, no.
It's presidency. What are the other colleges? HCU, Hyderabad Central University, and
Pune
what are
University's question
yeah, the other entrance universities question. So
and
yeah,
CSIR.
both of you are from STAT honors, right, Shantanu and Debargo?
Yes, yes.
Yes, yes.
Okay, great. So any video tutorials you would suggest your to the students and your juniors out here?
I can say I follow NPTL some videos and NPTL free assignment also, because in those assignment I got some problems which are not directly same to the jam, but actually of the same type. So I follow those assignment also, because that are new question. So yeah.
Okay, so as far as I understand, do everything related to IIT, okay? And you will get the flavor of IIT. Okay, NPTL, GATE, just give everything. Okay, great. That's actually having an extra year in hand that really helps explore all the things out there. Great. Any other resources, Shantanu, you will suggest to your students? Maybe that you learned it late. Maybe after your exam you learned it, but you thought that it may be helpful if you have that before the exam, or it could have boosted your performance and learning. Any other resources you want to suggest?
Actually, I didn't follow any online resources, but in the free time, I used to join your live classes. I have not enrolled, but I've joined the. I used to join the YouTube, and sometimes I used to comment over there the answers, and you know that I think.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Like,
remember that. Yes, the daily problem solving we have. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Sometimes when I get a free time in the evening, I used to join. Thursday probably used to take like that, uh,
Okay, I
and
understand.
not any other resources to take from offline.
Okay, great, great. So having people guiding you in problem solving and listening to problems and solving, I think really helps you. That was your point, I guess. Yep. So yeah, Anuj, I think the Shantanu's it was first attempt and Debargo's it was second attempt. So I will come to that question in more depth. So have you studied terrain stuff for analysis? I think if they can. I mean, they have. I don't think they have studied it. Did you terrain stuff analysis? But it's a good book. So,
No,
okay.
no.
No, no.
Yes. So okay. So I will share the screen. I will show you certain our other thing. So entrance resources that we have prepared for the students, talking to various students out there. So if you see, we have some books for the univariate calculus and linear algebra, and also some free tutorials as Debargo has told NPTEL ka mathematics course. So in fact, I was recently talking to Shantanu and I suggested him the book of Blitzstein. He told it's a really good book. So we also found that book really beautiful because not only it just helps you in you know um, in in just learning the topics, but it helps you in it's written in very student friendly manner. So you get excited by learning it, and it has a tinge of that. Some difference. There is a tinge of difference between two books, right? So that's there. So this free books and tutorials can really help you if you're planning to do self study. And problem solving books, they've already told where to solve problems if they have not given you a past year, how to do your past year. Like Shantanu has done it while his course was going on. Devarga has done it afterwards, at a go. So there are different strategies out there. Take the strategy that fits to you. You may discover in your own way, but don't follow just blindly someone. Check whether it really resonates with you or not. So I will ask and come to Debargo. I will give this link in the live also. I will come to Debargo and ask that, like you told, I found this as you told Sheldon Ross, but Sheldon Ross, does it contain Jacobian and the multivariate part very well, Debargo?
No, actually, Seldenros is good for joint distribution, expectation problems, and base theorem. These things, and ISI for ISI combinatorics or classical probability problem.
Okay, okay. So you learn the joint distribution stuff
Yeah.
from Rohatgi, right?
No, in Rohatgi I studied large sample theory. Large sample theorem is there is very good, and
Okay.
in Sheldon Ross mainly I solved three chapter: joint distribution, expectation, conditional expectation, and for ISI the first chapter that is classical probabilities. This
Okay. Great. Super.
not
Super.
all the problems, but examples are also very good in the book.
Great. Great. So I think that's quite pretty much a good, list of resources for learning concept and problem solving. I think you have given past year problem solving ideas also, like where. Okay, great. I think that's a great approach. So the next, okay. So coming back to preparation part, what did you do on the last day, like before the exam? You know, last day before the exam. Debargo did nothing, I guess, because you already told. So what did you do, Debargo and Shantanu?
At the last day before the jam examination, I do nothing new. I just solved the previous year questions in time, 3 hours time limit, and 3 3 6 hour. In the morning, I do 3 hour in the 3 hours time limit, one previous year question of jam, and in the after the lunch, in the evening time, I do one previous year question of jam in 3 hour limit and get my confidence up. That's it.
Great, super, super. And what did you do, Shantanu?
Yeah, actually, I have mentioned that I had made some micro notes of each of the topics, mathematics, statistics, probability. In the last day in the morning, first of all, I revised all the topics using that micro notes. It took around, I think, 2.5 hours. In 2.5 hours, I could revise whole syllabus at a
Yeah,
glance. That was
that's the good thing of making micro notes. We really suggest our students to make micro notes, which we call cheat sheets. But yeah, micro notes
yeah.
seems to be a nicer name to me. Yeah, yeah, please go
Uh,
ahead.
I I had revised that in 2.5 hours in the morning, first of all. And what I said that I had a book of error analysis where all my silly mistakes were written in order.
Great.
Uh, I had went through those errors repeatedly, 3 to 4 times. There are around a large number of errors. And kind of one thing for accuracy, what I used to do, I used to do big multiplications. It sounds lame, but I used to do big 3 cross 3
Yeah, training the
multiplications.
mind is a good idea. Very
Yeah,
good.
yeah, in the morning I used to do. So I did 3 to 4 multiplications, and in the evening, what I did, I took randomly from certain, I think from 2021 paper. I selected some random number like that, 5 to 10 random numbers, and I solved those 5 to 10 problems in the evening, and I slept at 9:30 in the night.
Great.
Here. 9:30 I
Great.
slept, and in the morning, before giving the exam, what I did, again I did three, I think two multiplications, two big multiplications and one big integration. I had a I had a chance of doing mistake that those in polynomial integration 0 to 1, integrating 0 to 1. What I used to do, suppose x cube is to be integrated 0 to 1. In direct step, I used to do a step jump and write 1/4, not, sorry, 1/3. I used to write 1/3, not 1/4. Doing a step jump, I had a tendency of doing that mistake. That was a part. I had done big polynomial. I have taken two polynomials, and 0 to 1 I have integrated, where I need to add some fractions also and those checkings also. And I cross verified whether it is correct or not. Then I went, because I think that I have to give exam from 9:30, so my brain must be quite a little bit charged before solving the problem. So I just initiated in the morning, and I went to give the exams.
Great, great. So yeah, so I really like this point. No one actually told about directly and the approach in the previous lives I had over the past 2 years. So it's really good actually becoming conscious of what errors you have, and I love the way Shantanu have taken this approach of doing multiplications to charge his mind. Very simple strategies. Very good. I really like this, Shantanu. Thank you for sharing it to me because I can apply it to my future exams. Um, and also to the students out there. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, um, so I will come to the next exam-related question. Um, Now, how did you attempt the question paper? Like, what is the optimized way to attempt the question paper? Because MCQ has, I forgot the marking system. So how did you attempt the question paper? Because NAT I think doesn't have negative marking, but it needs a very good accuracy. MCQ have more options, so you can do it quickly. MSQ need more time because there are multiple options that can be true. So how did you attempt this question paper? Like, what are your studies? Debarghya, and then I will go to Shantanu.
Um, so I start from the marks 1 MCQ at the beginning of the question, and then accordingly I go to the complete the MCQ. Then I go to the NAT section, and in the last at last I do MSQ. Because I think the in the MCQ there is negative marking. So at the beginning of the examination, I think my mind was fresh. So then the chance of doing mistake is very less. So and it gives me a result also. I do 21 MCQ and one question is wrong for me. 20 was correct. So that was my accuracy in this year. But that was the main mistake in jam 2021. So my accuracy was very less at jam 2021. So to maintain my accuracy, I take this strategy in this year, and then I do NAT questions, and after that I do MSQ questions
So
at the last.
MCQ, NAT, and MSQ.
Yeah, MCQ, NAT, MSQ.
And what was your approach, Shantanu?
Yeah, actually, I would like to say that initially I used to do in a normal when I used to solve, give mock test or solve previous year. I used to do in a straightforward way. But after giving mock test and that, I realized that if, I would say when I give your first mock test, quite tough. Spondonda made I think the question. It was a very tough question because I had not able to complete the question also, and I scored around 50% marks like that. Okay, and I was very disheartened, very much disheartened. What is happening at the exam is around near about 2 months, and this is my performance. I am not able to complete the questions. I was very much demotivated, and I planned. I thought of a strategy, and it worked in the exam. Actually, what I did was I did MCQ 1 marks and 2 marks first, and then I went to 2 marks NAT because because you see in the MCQ there are 50 marks and 2 marks NAT 20 marks 70 marks. My aim was to get the cutoff in that 70 marks only. My aim was that I will do that 70 marks without any hurry, without any time constraint, without I will for that I will take around 2 hours 30 minutes to do that, but I will do that accurately. I will do that well. And in the exam also the score I had scored 55, and around 47 marks were from that only. MCQ and 2 marks in it. And MSQ, I was weak in MSQ. I know that was my realization. So I thought that if I get any time, I will attempt MSQ or I will not, or I will attempt those questions from the mock test. I have observed that the sampling questions I used to do correctly because that was my strength, and that mathematics I used to do some mistakes. I have that I have observed by analyzing the mock test and all that the what are my weak point and strengths. I did NAT2 after MSQ, then NAT1, NAT1 marks, and then I had attempted MSQ. That was my plan in the exam. But actually, in the exam, after I have taken that strategy, but when I have completed the whole exam, means one round of questions. In the first round, I did MCQ. I think around 22 questions I had solved in the first attempt MCQ. Then I had NAT. I had solved I think 7 NAT 2 marks questions and 8 NAT 1 marks question. And then I had came to MSQ. I attempted the 3 questions which I know that I can do correctly if I can attempt. And I have not seen the other questions. Just I have at a glance I have moved on. And then I went again back to the MCQ part. I have leave those probability because this time probability they were a tough question. And then I started attempting those probability questions. And I think I had solved 2 probability questions and some other questions. Then actually 27 questions I had attempted in among those 30 questions. Then again I came back to MSQ. There are 5 to 10 minutes left. Some of the MSQ I tried to attempt, and around I think 5 MSQ I have in total attempted, and rest part was because actually my plan was that I will do within that NAT 2 marks only, MCQ 1, MCQ 2, and NAT 2. These questions from these questions only I have to do something. That was my total aim.
So MCQ, then NAT, then MSQ. This was your strategy?
Yeah, actually, NAT 2 marks were preferable because I think NAT
More
1 and
marks
2 are,
and
yeah, actually
yeah, they're similar,
more.
but 82 cap fetches more marks.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, okay, great. That's a good point. Okay, nice, nice, nice. That's great. That's great. So, but yeah, the general strategy was MSQ, then NAT, and then MCQ and NAT and MSQ, right? That was the general strategy. Yep, yep. Yeah, that also, yeah, that's great. That's great. Super. So, nice. That makes sense actually. So yeah, so I think, so I mean, anything you did extra to manage your time during the exam? Like, what did you learn from giving the mock test, and what did you do extra, Debargo, like to manage the time?
Yeah, so when I give the Chinta mock test, first mock test, it's made by Spandan. So it was really very tough. And after exam, Shantanu was text me, and my marks was less than also Shantanu marks. So I was also disappointed that time. But later give the jam exam, I realized that it was important to give a hard mock test before the examination, so that we can realize that if the question is hard for me, then it is hard for all. So it have to be realized to all the student, because uh, when I give the jam exam, I take nearly 2 hours to solve 21 MCQ. So for this reason, I correct 20 question and one question was wrong. If I hurry in the examination, then I can surely do many mistakes, like in jam 2021. So it's the main point I can say. And for the time management, what I say, that is, we don't have to hurry in the examination. If anyone can have concept and have practice, and he or she can uh, do in his own speed, in his or her own speed in the examination, and do accordingly from MCQ, NAT, MSQ, or in his or her choice, then he or she can surely crack them, because there is not much competition in time management. I think accuracy is important.
Great. Super. And what about you, Shantanu?
Yeah, actually, during giving the mock test of this Chinta, I was very much disappointed because questions were tougher and tougher. In the last mock test, the question was good. My score was higher. I was a bit confident. But before the three mock tests, I faced different types of questions. That's the thing. That's the thing. Because very new types of questions and tougher questions, because there were questions we need to compute x bar of a vector of a which contains a very decimal values. It was hard to compute but in hand because we don't get a calculator, and in the virtual calculator if we need to put that, it will take a huge time. So I was very much disappointed, and in the exam what I faced, and I observed that it worked actually. The difficulties, the scenarios which I had faced, I have learned to cope up during the mock test. That actually, because this time question paper people can understand, it was not as such a nice question, I think. A bit calculative, and rather calculative than conceptual, I felt. I don't know, because it worked. The kind of mock test Chinta used to conduct during that time, the question paper was like that only, because I don't know, it is my personal opinion, I'm not saying for all, but it
Yeah,
was
our,
like.
our our team's plan was to like create harder mock tests, or the last one was made easy so that student doesn't lose confidence. Yeah, that was the
Yeah,
plan.
yeah,
So
and
yeah,
actually
so
from.
yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, and actually from those mock tests only, the difficulties and I mean, in the first exam I was choked, I know, because in the first exam, if in mock test, first mock test, the NAT section, I didn't did any NAT correct. I did only, I think only two NAT correct of 2 marks, and 1 marks all NAT I did wrong. During that time I was choked because I felt that a time constraint. At that time I realized that I will not be able to complete the paper, and from then onwards, I made the plan and strategy that I will take 2 hours 30 minutes to solve only MCQ and 2 marks NAT. But I will do that. I will not think of anything, because what is happening is, if MSQ I give enough number of much time also, still I do mistake. So what the reason of giving time in that? Rather I have observed my strength. I will work on that. I will give time on that. I will do better. That was my strategy I had observed from the first mock test. The first mock test was very much helpful. It turned many things, many strategies, I would say.
That was the goal actually. So yeah. Okay, great, super. Glad to know the mock test really helped you guys, and thanks to the people who have made it, Pondan Prabhat, and yeah. So great. So we should move on to the next question. So we have almost discussed about this attempt in the question paper, and yeah. So the next part is that it's a very general question, like from the students out there, that how to manage your preparation along your along with your exams, like college preparation and your exams. How did you like, yeah, so how did you manage that? What was your, like, Debargo has an extra advantage of 1 year. That's really great. So how did you manage it? Like, what do you think, Debargo? What do you want to add?
So in BSc times, I actually don't get much time to take preparation for JAM. But when the COVID was there, I get more time because the classes was online. So mainly, I what I do when the class was going from 9 a.m. to I think 4 a.m. for 4 p.m. or 3:30 p.m. I don't solve any questions or don't study for JAM. But when after 3:30 p.m. or 4 p.m. I give 1 hour break and I completely turn on to the jam and ISI. And what I do in the initial time, I do solve 2 or 3 hours problem, and the other time I give the time to the concept, because the concept in the jam and ISI, not there is not too much concept needed. There is concept is needed initially, but there is not too much formulas or too much things we have to memorize. That's not the thing, because if we do not solve problem, do not apply the concept, then we cannot learn the thing. That's my realization. So I mainly focus on to solve as many as the problem I can, and I solve uh, one problem many times, because when we solve one problem in another in one more time, then we can see it can solve in another way also. We can find more ways to solve the question, and I see that in the later time I get to solve those questions in very short way. So that's the main thing. And in my second attempt, when I took preparation to continue with MSc, it was tough for me. But actually, what I do before the mid semester and the final semester, I give 5 or 7 days for the semester exam, and I 60% 40% ratio I take 60% for the semester and 40% for the jam. But only I do previous year problems on those 7 days before the mid sem or the final sem, because on those days if I do not solve problem, then surely uh, we can slow to solve problem. It's my realization that I if I don't solve for 5 or 7 days or 10 days, so we can surely get slow to solve the problem. So that's the main strategy to move on with the subject and solve as many as question I can, because it's the MCQ pattern examination.
Great. And Shantanu?
Yeah, actually, we had full classes and exams also in between. We have online classes also from 10 to 3 something, sometimes 3:30, 3:40. It was tough. Actually, what my plan was that in the morning, in the beginning of the day, I will make around 1.5 hour or 2 hours to solve problem for competitive, irrespective of anything. In the morning from 7:30 to 9, I used to devote, or 9:30 sometimes, devote on solving problems. In that, I used to do five big multiplications calculations, then some problems of previous year or anything. But I used to solve problems. That was my daily habit. I used to, some days there were some necessities because there were extra exam pressure or anything, that is different. But in general, 95% of the days in the fifth semester, I used to solve problems from 7:30 to 9:30 in the morning. And that was a slot of my that was a slot that I used to give time for competitive. and the whole day I had college, and the evening time I used to do some homework or something for colleges. And after dinner, before sleep, I used to give around 1.5 hour, maybe not every day I used to get 2 hours, but 1.5 hours I used to get for solving problems. And rather I used to solve very less, 5 to 6 problems that time. And I used to study micro notes at that time, because what I had made, I used to take any 5 to 6 topics and I used to go through revision. That take around I think 30 minutes to 40 minutes to revise the whole thing. 5 to 6 topics are covered during that time. And in the morning slot, I used to solve at least 25 to 30 problems. I used to solve. And when there was no colleges, I used to get some more time. In the daytime also, I used to make some times for solving problems and all that. And the important thing is that what I will say, what I had followed during the days of exam also, one should do problem, because the practice is very much important. Consistency should not be broken, I think. In the day, in general, I used to do 30, 40 problems. But in the day of exam, I used to solve at least 10, 15 problems. I used to solve in the day of exam, because the practice is very much important, the consistency too, I think.
Yes, so I also tell this to the students out there that like us also, once you have developed that habit, you cannot really leave that habit. It becomes a part of you. So from that aspect, yeah, it's really great habit. So the students who are listening out here, they may think it's a very complex procedure out there, but the main thing is that, like, just like learn, make micro notes, because there are a lot of things out there, but out of that you need to focus down to certain things that really matters, okay? And that helps you connect the whole thing. So that and the problem solving. So how you do the problem solving, it really does not matter, I guess. But you should have a practice. And as I always pressurize that, even if you have exams, I think you should be doing like you should be doing the problems, even a few of them. And that's a very good part. Like, I think, yeah, I think that what makes a warrior, I guess. So consistency. Great, super. Like, you're inspiring guy. Um, so now I should not take much time of yours and the students. I should end with this two questions. Like what do you think are what are the mistakes you did that you don't want your juniors to make? Uh, or what do you think you could have done better as a student during the exam or the preparation? What do you think? Debargo.
Um, so I can only say, keep calm in the examination hall and don't be panic. It's the main thing. And if you do well prepared in your graduation time, then graduation time, and do solve previous year problems and do solve MCQs, then I think jam is not impossible for anyone. So in the examination, if you feel that the question is hard and you get much time to solve one question, then it is applied for everyone who get the examination. It is the main thing which we have to think in the beginning of the any preparation. So and main thing, and the second thing is to give mock tests. And one more thing, that is we have to use the jam mock test link. In the jam website, one mock test link is there where the previous year question is given to the online appearance. So the online appearance and the success is important, because the virtual calculator is really very tough to use, because it's not like the scientific calculator we used in higher secondary or higher secondary time. So uh, it can take the value first, and then we have to enter the function. So if you have not practiced that very well, so it will make trouble for you in the examination. So I mainly, when I do solve any question, I started that mock test link and use this calculator in every time. So I have a habit to use that calculator. It's one main thing. And the second thing, to make short notes, which Shantanu and Srijita said. So I also make short notes. And in the short notes, you may not have to include all the things, but we see many type of question are came in the examination, and we see it is sometimes repeated also, like the find the number of roots of the equation. It's come every year. So almost every year it comes. So uh, we have to maintain the short note also. So it really helps before the examination, before the day of the examination. So and in the examination hall, I would suggest to maintain the accuracy first, then do the many problems, because doing 50 problems cannot make sense, but only 30 problems or 25 not 30 problems is necessary. So 30 problems can give a chance. So that's the thing. If all the thing, if all the questions are correct, actually accuracy is the main thing. That's my
Yes.
opinion.
So before I come to Shantanu, I will. Debarghya, can you just mute yourself? Yeah. So before I come to Shantanu, I will tell one small thing. So I suggested the students last year that 60% is a good score. All of you must agree, right? 60%, 60 is a good score out of 100, right? So based on that, if you do 35 questions, 60% of the questions out of I mean, out of the total number of questions you have, uh, accurately, I think that's a much better thing than doing a lot of many questions, right? The exact point I Debargo wanted to like share. So while attempting the mock test, wherever you give, please make sure you attempt 35 questions, with accuracy. I mean, at least 30 or 35, as Debargo has told. I think Shantanu has to say the same thing, but we must hear from him. He has something extra to add. So, what are your mistakes you don't want your juniors to, repeat?
Yeah, actually, I will say one thing that every aspirant who is listening or anything, I would say that start slowly. In the exam, start slowly, not in a hurry that you have to complete. Don't see the clock in the beginning of it. You just start slowly reading the questions, because the main mistakes of one of the most important silly mistake is you read the question incorrectly. It is the most important silly mistake, but people often does. So we should start slowly. I think you do first 10 questions not in a hurry. I will always suggest. You when you get a flow, speed will automatically come. But you need not to do hurry and do step jumps from the beginning only. First question, you know the answer. You do a huge step jump and you then move on. And in that only you make a mistake. So always start a slowly. Even you face a easy question, check it repeatedly and give a slow start like that. And then I think I actually, when you start very fast, no, your accuracy is going inverse. You should know that, because time and accuracy not in direct relation, in inverse relation only. But in the course, in the midst of the paper, when you do problems fast, that will be correct, because you have a flow. When you get a flow, it is all right. But from the beginning only, don't be in a hurry. It was my one of the major realization from the mock test. I will say very much important silly mistake, because if it is asked that identify the false statement, and in the option you can see there are three correct options and one is wrong. You have to identify the wrong. You check the first one, it is correct, and you give a tick, and then you move on. You didn't check the other three. You are confident that it is surely correct, but the question had asked for the false. This is one of the major mistakes I would say if I faced in getting the mock test or like that. So always do a slow start, and always if you do error analysis, always get conscious during the time you know your weeks. During those time of the calculations, you become a slow in that question. You will because I would suggest before the mock test last 1 hour, you need not to study everything and all that. You just last 1 hour, you take a mild rest and you just observe your errors you did in the previous mock test, and then sit for the mock test. Because if you get those points that where you do mistakes before the exam, just during the exam when you face those situations, you will get a bit conscious and you will do well. It will better your performance. So always, I think it will work. It will work, I think.
Great, 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 super. Yeah. So I really like this. Both of your ideas of being conscious of your mistakes and taking action towards that. I really appreciate this, guys. Very good. Keep it up. I hope you will keep this habit up in your life and the future exams. So that this is a very important part of your life. So, Before I move on to the last question, like I personally feel, a group study I will be bringing to people hopefully. I mean, who has, okay, so who has ranked first and second, they're high school students, okay. I think they're school students, Audrey and Shrine, I guess. So I hopefully I will be bringing them live. We will try to. They are school students, I guess, and they did a group study, I guess. So what do you think about group study, guys? Like, how did they help you, like, in your journey? Like, what did you want to suggest? Because remember, like, we are mostly talking to the students who are really self-preparing, maybe. So that's why group studying, and we have WhatsApp groups. So how do you think group studying helps you? Like, and what did you do? Did you do it alone or group studying, guys? Yeah. Debargo.
Yeah, group study surely helps because in the first attempt, for the first attempt, I do as many as I can group study. So I send the problems to many of my friends, and they also send me problems, and then the both ideas are discussed, and then many of my friends get jam ISI, and after that the juniors that are there, and Shantanu and many of the Narendrapur students are there. So I took their contacts and contact them, and they also contact me and give the questions to solve hard questions or easy question, moderate question, all is there. And main thing is there, when the two minds solve one question, then one thinks in a way and other things in another way. So if we know both the process, then in examination we may get a concept from them and apply those things. So as many as concept we can take in ourselves. So then our concept was built up. So it's the main thing. So group study is really helpful for me. So yeah.
I also believe that personally. So yeah, Shantanu, you have the same view.
Yeah, actually, I had a very small group of three, four friends like that of my college. They had also performed well.
Yeah, yeah,
My
yeah. St. Xavier's College, Kolkata really performed well. So yeah, I am really proud of the
actually,
students here.
Actually, actually, what group study helps is kind of one thing is that we get different approaches of a similar type of problem from various people. One thing is that is important, and the other thing that is more important is the motivation. Because someday I feel okay, I will not do today. I will sleep early. I will not do. But what the group, what it works that three people are there waiting on the other side, they are waiting for my presence, so I must be committed to them as we are studying in a group, as we have told them that we will do. That gives a extra motivation if we are loyal, I think. Yeah, if we think that okay, let it be what I said, it doesn't matter. But if I think that I will keep my words, I will do what I have told to them, that really works. And my group was really nice because they always cooperated me. And our plan of doing huge number of problems, because we had four people, each of us used to collect problems from various and make some problem sets. We divided the responsibilities among ourselves, and we used to give okay, you give one problem set today, I will give the next day, like that. We arranged a huge number of problems. That would be a heavy task if I had done it alone, because all those problems to be accumulated, because in those papers there are many problems which cannot be solved. Only a particular those problems are taken screenshot and made in a PDF, and answers are written in a separate way. We used to do in a group or in a separate way, and we used to do together. And there are many questions which does not have answer key. The ISS only, I many paper I didn't receive answer key, but four people we used to solve, and we used to verify the answers among ourselves, which classes we used to discuss and get a fixed answer like that. It really worked. It really worked.
Great. So I also believe that because I have grown up playing cricket, I know like how good it feels to win in a team. So I'm sure we can simulate this similar scenario in learning and cracking the exams together. So I'm so glad to have you guys. So good to talk to you and share the similar views of exams and in life. So any parting statement you want to say to the students and juniors out here, Debarga and Shantanu?
um, I can say, keep motivate yourself, and if failure comes, you have to take a lesson from the failure, and that's the main thing for me, and it works for me also. and you get surely result if you keep motivate yourself and do well prepared, and keep game in the examination. It is the main thing. Yeah,
Great.
that's it.
Shantanu.
I will add two things here because which I think that it worked. First thing is that if you can draw graphs, it is fine. Otherwise, you must have an idea of drawing graphs. It works. It is very much helpful in solving problems. In many
Yes.
problems, it works. Graph. If you are in the first year or anything, then you have enough time. In the meantime, you can go on learning graphs. It works. It helps. Actually, everybody should know how to draw graphs. This is one thing I would say. And the second thing is that if you are preparing hard, I mean that you are scoring well in exams and you are motivated for cracking the exam, but you think that you can do that, you are sure about your performance, then there will be some exams, certain mock tests where you will perform not well. Mental breakdown will definitely come because it is not possible that in every mock test you get 80% marks. Okay, it will not. In some mock test you will get around 50% marks, 40% marks. It will happen, but I will say just keep on motivating because sometimes it happens. Not that in the main exam day this exceptional performance will happen. It will never happen. What is your general trend of performance in the main day of exam? That will only happen. Don't worry about that. And what exceptional is happening during some mock test, some exam, you just work on that. You just try to rectify that, and always keep motivated that you can do that. You can do that. It will work. It will work.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, so my parting statement to students is all the best, best of luck. But I should say, like, with all the hardships out there, working very hard, and all these things, people forget to take care of their own mind and body. Take care of your mind and body. Take sleep, good sleep, 8 hours of sleep if it's possible, because it's a mind game. So you have to be very refreshed, and yeah, have water and. Yeah, so with all the myths of this preparation, at the end of the day, only 50 people will get through it. It does not mean you're not good. It does mean that maybe something can happen. Don't lose hope. And yeah, so apart from preparing too hard and taking too hard on yourself, take some rest, and also it will boost your performance, I guess. Yeah, having a sleep is very important. So do sleep, guys, and do work hard. Yep, and enjoy the process of learning. So that's it. At the end of the day, that's what matters. So all the best, guys. Thank you, Shantanu and Debargu, for taking your time out and sharing your preparation to this journey of learning to the students. I hope and you have inspired the students out there, and hope you will be inspiring more in the future. And all the best, guys. All the best, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you for joining. I hope you don't have any doubts, students. If you have doubts, please ask in the comments, guys. I think we have covered most of the doubts, I guess. So I will give another 1 minute to ask the doubts, guys. In the meantime, if you have not subscribed to our channel, do subscribe, and we will, you know, to get notified of the content that we try to help our students with. Okay, seems like there is no doubt from the students. Thank you for joining, guys. Thank you for your time. All the best, and I will see you in the next video. Stay tuned and stay blessed. Bye bye.